Evening all, welcome back to the channel. So there's been an incident. We lost a lot. So on a run to the horrible place where you get the weird purple stuff or whatever that is, scarlet stuff, a very large asteroid sheared through the ship. So it basically destroyed it, and we have a choice. So as the ship starts to auto repair, I think the first mistake we made was having that be 2 cells wide, because as soon as that broke, everything else broke. It was graphic. It was pretty harrowing. I wish I'd recorded it, but at the time I was being yelled at by a partner who, for some reason, did not appreciate that I was playing Factorio on her mother's birthday. I don't quite get it myself as well. I'm going to have to sit and really think about what the problem is there. But anyway, so what we've ended up with is, well, a bit of a disaster. We lost an awful lot of legendary stuff. But do you know what? It's part of the game. Who cares? If I go to Nauvis, hopefully we still have lots of spare. Let's see, what have we got? So, lost a few turrets. Oh, look, got loads. We lost a few engines. Oh, no problem. And we lost a load of grabbers. Oh, wow, loads. So, I'm not going to cry too much over spilt ship parts. It was a hell of a run, though. If I'm honest, it was just, mental. And there's still bits coming through. Geez, it was just like, it was pure carnage. And I think this kind of tells me that the Strangely Beige, great name, needs a bit of defense. So I'm just going to sort of widen this channel all the way down. That's not all we're doing, because that would be really dumb. But we're just going to basically make it a bit more survivable. Geez, 2 cells wide isn't enough. But what we're going to do also is, I think, put some guns on this. I think we probably can just get away with rocket turrets. No, probably can't, actually. I'm trying to think, how would we do that? We could put a rocket turret maybe there. I don't think that's in the way of anything. Let's see, and maybe there. So at least if you look at the coverage, it just about works. And if we get slightly better ones as well, then the only thing we've got to think about is how to channel them. But to be honest, if we just put a belt like from here, so again, I know I love my humorous, clever little messages, but I think we have to say goodbye to them. We've got laser turrets, but laser turrets do nothing to the very large rocks. They tickle them. They don't do anything. So, and I think our fuel bay here is good. It's okay. But I think, again, it needs a bit more defense. I'm thinking rockets. But again, now I'm thinking maybe even railguns. If we just had... Well, let's think about this. What's the range of a gun that fires rails? Does it show me? Is that it? So we could just literally place a rail of the gun like that. Because it doesn't seem anything comes this way. It's coming that way that's the problem. So maybe even we put a railgun there. And or even like that. Maybe even there. No, that's just, that's just stupid. So let's do it. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I'm thinking probably like that, because it just then defends. I don't like railguns that direction, but I think this could be what we do, because it just means if I put on turrets there, it says it's protected, but these don't do anything. This is the problem. The laser turrets do literally nothing. I think having a rocket might even do nothing as well. So maybe it's time to put railguns on. We could run... So what we've done is we've changed the ammo. So you see the ammo. I don't know how easily you can see that. The vast majority of the ammo is now railgun and turret. Because where we're making the rockets, we've now just split them off into its own chain, I guess, up to here. Because this needs much better provision. We're constantly running out. So this works now. It's quite good, actually. But I've got to admit, it's been a hell of a thing to get this to work. Now I'm kind of thinking, well, what do we do? There is an option that I'm not talking about, but I'm now maybe considering, is we just get rid of all of that. I don't want to, because it's kind of funny, but I think for the Shattered Planet, maybe we have to just say goodbye. Maybe, here's a thought, we say hello to an entirely new platform. Maybe we make a ship that is designed to literally do the Shattered Planet only. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we turn this into, or rather back into, the ship that we use to kind of scoot around and be our mega base. Yeah, see, I'm thinking mega base in orbit is fun. I do like the thought of that. I think that would be quite amusing to me. We'll probably rebuild this and keep it as a bit of a speed ship, because going to like Fulgora in like 10 seconds is amusing to me. But I honestly don't think this is going to do too many more deep space runs, which is a shame in a way, because that's kind of what it's designed to do. I think we will beef up the defences of it though, because I think even just sat at Aquilo, we have a problem. Maybe that's what we say. This is no longer destined for the Shattered Planet, so we can take this storage thing out, and maybe we build, you know, because we've got the other sort of like, you know, the Spick and Spans and the Dick Van Dykes. They're pretty good. I like this design. It looks kind of substantial. I think that's maybe what we're going to end up doing here. But it feels a shame, because this has been very amusing to me. Like, this has been hilarious to see how fast we can go. I think my sadness with it now, oh, well, hang on, have we built yet? No, still building, is it's just we lost so much, and it does feel like a bit of a failure, if I'm honest. Oh wow, look at this. Right, let's just fill all that in. It was an interesting experiment. I mean, my kind of feeling of it was it shouldn't have gone the way it did. It was because a very so let me show you what happened. I'll do an action replay. A rock was coming from here and basically got shot by this railgun. And it was really interesting because I've never seen it before. The thing exploded into many different bits. It then shot again, but one very large bit basically went like this. So it went all the way down and then smack, smack, smack. And it basically sheared it here. So it went almost all through. So it took out those engines, that whole stanchion, and basically impacted around here somewhere. So it just literally sheared. And then once it sheared, it blew up, but it destroyed everything below it, which was traumatic and harrowing. So I wish I'd really caught it on camera, because it was very funny. It was hilarious. It's like when you see one of those baseball, you know, videos where you know someone's just going to get the ball in the groin and you're going to literally laugh about it. I mean, that's very much how it felt. So I think this is kind of what I'm thinking we have to do, is we either, well, no, I think we'll arm this. We'll send ammo down here, and again, I guess it begins. Again, I'm always thinking of what the next thing could be, and at the moment this is just one giant set of engines. But if you imagine we actually cut out a set of engines here, we could then have a module there, and maybe that's how we think of this. Is we start to build more of a, I don't know, a conveyor system in here. I don't actually mind having, say, an ammo loop go down. Maybe even it's a one-way thing, so it doesn't necessarily need to be a loop that comes back either. It could just be a branch off this one, and then one spline or one corridor of the 4 could just be for ammos. Maybe that's what we do. I think the problem we have is that, well, I mean, we maybe don't need turrets down there with lasers. What we probably need is the railguns and the rocket launchers, and we just set the rocket launchers to shoot everything, because ammo is not a problem, and I think that's probably a better thing to do. Anything that the turrets can shoot, the gun turrets, the lasers can handle. So I think that probably makes a bit of sense. So we just basically take railgun ammo and explosive rockets off the chain, off the belt, and we feed them down here. And then it starts the kind of discussion of, well, you know, obviously we don't need as much fuel once we get over our silly little childish desire to kind of hot rod to the edge of the universe. You know, this is like when you've just passed your test and you want to go down McDonald's drive-through so you can, you know, show all your mates your mum's car and go and order a Big Mac using copper coins. That's how it feels with this sort of thing. I'll grow out of this, and then basically we can turn this into a space for much activity. And I don't think we need 20 billion engines anymore either. So maybe we start to think, well, this could be, I mean, I've always quite liked the very long kind of USS Sulaco. If you know what that's from, post in the comments, because that shows you are a sci-fi fan. And I quite like, but the Sulaco was a very long, thin ship, and it was very sort of militaristic, but very sort of slender. I do like that. Almost like HAL 9000, you know, the ship from 2001. I'm thinking maybe something like that. So we have our activity center above, But all the way down here, we have our engines. We could even remove all the engines down here and basically have something much more kind of like an arrow. Don't know. We'll see. But I like platform building in this game. To me, it is by far one of the most enjoyable things you can do. So I'm very much in the space of wanting to... Ooh, look at that. Robot worker speed 14. Ding dong. Happy with that one. I'm quite tempted to kind of turn this into... All right, let me show you my little trick, by the way. This is... quite proud of this. So I've actually got a little kind of... how do you call this? Little utility room. You know, you've got that drawer with every sort of, you know, plastic bag you've ever picked up and 27 bolts and all the old copper coins from, like, you know, old legal tender and loads of rubbish, you know, a bits and bobs drawer. This is my bits and bobs drawer. And the way it works is you basically just, you know, when you need things like these things, these storage tanks, yeah, you just build them. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Basically all you have to do is just bung more stuff in and it just basically builds anything that you need. So let's just build a few more repair packs. Let's just keep building this stuff because it's always good to have. It's quite cool. I quite like it. It's not the fastest, but if you're in the middle of a journey and suddenly some big rock shears your ship in half, you'll be thankful for this. You'll be thinking to yourself as you sit crying into your dead ship, spinning crazily into a planet's atmosphere, I wish I'd just listened to Pyrex because he knows what he's talking about. I really don't believe that. But there we go. So if we just keep building these, and you see, starting to appear here. It's pretty cool, right? I quite like that. I'm surprised more people don't do this. Or maybe they do, and I've just never noticed. And it just means I don't have to rely on the planet. And I think actually the reason the planet's not sending me these things is because we're only making legendary ones. Maybe I should make legendary ones. They don't actually take up any more space, though. How many have we got? Oh, wow, 716. Yeah, I probably I should be using legendary ones. Let's set up our planner. We have this lovely little planner here. Let's just do this. I don't think you get any more storage capacity, but what you do get is hit points. So let's just do that. Let's do that, do that, do that. And that means then the ships, the rockets will come. So that's the plan. So I think that's probably what we'll do with this Stranger Page is we are actually going to kind of, I mean, I was going to maybe condemn it and just take this front section, but I think it's actually time that we take this a step further and we make it so that we have basically a very long kind of utility services corridor, because we'll do like we did with Project Snowflake. Where's that? This, again, I love this base. This is, if ever I'm bored and I just like, you know, I've got like a cup of tea on the go and a very interesting biscuit or cake or both or a Jaffa cake, then what I do is I kind of bring, oh, don't know what happened there. That was weird. I don't know if the video flickered and you've lost me, then sorry. But basically I thought this would be quite cool to have these utility corridors coming through. Snowflake uses basically a single like ammo belt that goes all the way round. I don't think we'll copy that because this is it's quite intensive, and I just don't think we need to here, because really as long as ammo goes down, well, I think that's probably enough, really. I don't know, we'll see. Let's see how that works. So I think we've rebuilt the ship. I think we're back. So let's just give it a bit of a test. Oh no, hang on, can't do that just yet. We're just building our last few bits. We've got our little fuel gauges here, so each block is 500,000 units. So we've got 1 million of the oxidizer, we've got 1 million of the liquid fuel, which is pretty cool. And they're just wherever you can see them, because again, I'm into dashboards. It's what I use. We can see we're good on ammo. We did start to run low on ammo. Again, I can't work it out because we've changed this slightly. It means that the ammo is, there's less of it. But what I'm noticing is that we're burning through it much quicker, which makes no sense because we've not changed anything. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, but you know, this is a bit tidier as well. You may notice our asteroid sort of system is a bit more beautiful. We've got steel plates there on the ammo belt. No idea how they got there. So I think this is probably how we'll do it. Let's just nip to Alquilo and let's just see. Did I limit the ship speed? No. So we've got what 900 already. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? We're going slower than normal. Oh, that would be why. Not sure why we lost an engine there. That's weird, isn't it? I wonder why that happened. Oh, hang on. Something terrible has happened, and I can't see it to repair it. What's going on here? Maybe just not enough fuel. Oh man, you see, it's a bit of a pain. So I think we will look to augment this in some way. But the rockets are much better now. So I noticed basically setting them to, I've just got them to ignore unlisted targets now. So it doesn't necessarily chuck them entirely all the way out. It means the turrets do more, because the turrets literally did nothing. And I've left the railguns just shooting everything, because to be honest with you, I've got 32,000 railgun rounds. I'm going to be fine for a while. So let's just fill up with these things. So we need to get our quantum processors. Then we'll go back and actually make some science. And then probably, I think we might probably just make the decision to not mothball this. We'll leave it as a thing. I think we're going to arm this. We're going to go full Ukraine on this one. And we're going to arm them to the teeth. Because I think that might be quite a good way to defend against it. It did seem like actually we were probably okay. Ooh, I just had an amazing idea. It's not going to work though. What if we did railguns like that? I don't think it'll work. It might work. Do you know what? Oh no, it's going to stick out, isn't it? Oh man, they're just 5 wide. God, oh no, there you go. There you go. Maybe. Nah, we'll stick them here. I think we'll stick them there. You know, there's so much you could do with it, but it's these things. They're going to swing in and cause me problems, and I think I just need to find a way to deal with them. So if I go here, see that? I mean, that I think is fine. Yeah, I think we're probably going to do that. So at least then we have a rocket and a railgun at the end of every spline. Because, again, if it goes here, there is still a gap. Because I don't want to do anything. Oh, do you know what? I think we'll just go with it. Because you see what I mean? The lasers, they do their best, but they're not great. And that's gonna hit my ship. You see what I mean? That's a problem. But thankfully, we can destroy it with the lasers. It's not great. I don't know. I'm not particularly impressed with it. How many of these have we got? I need another 600. Then we'll go back to Nauvis and we'll get some Bitereg going. Oh my god, my computer is going nuts. I don't know why, but at the moment, I did a NVIDIA graphics card update, and I think, you know, Coco the Clown must have written it, because literally the whole computer's just gone nuts. I was playing Eve, actually. In fact, I was playing Eve Frontiers, the new one. The one that you're not allowed to talk about. Well, I'm going to talk about it because I ain't going to say anything. And it's very good. And I was laughing at the fact that every 10 seconds the screen went black and then came back on again. So I hope my graphics card not about to die. That'll be annoying. Right, let's go to Nauvis. And I think there's definitely some gremlin in my system at the moment. See, I think the game's jumping. Does the game look like it's jumping to you? No, I don't know. We'll see. The fun vagaries of this. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. What we'll do is probably in the next video we'll start to look at doing some reno of Spaceship Age, and we turn it into Ultra Death Killstar version 2.